All right, you guys, we're going to get into the real meat and potatoes on why the NFL running backs are being devalued. You know, there's a lot of different people out there talking, and everybody feels as though we have the right answer to the running back conundrum, or just telling the truth about the situation. And I want to be respectful as I can in this, because one reason I think that the running backs are being devalued, for one, I think that the quarterback position is overly paid in the NFL. I think that the quarterbacks make way too much money. I'm not saying that the quarterbacks don't deserve to get a bag and the quarterbacks don't deserve to get paid, but these guys are, come on, man, $200 million guaranteed, $150 guaranteed. I mean, I know the quarterback is he's the leader of the team. I understand that. But if you want to put a team together, you got to be able to spread the money out throughout the whole team. Everybody else in the NFL is getting paid. Corners are getting paid more than running backs. Corners get paid more than running backs. Linebackers are getting paid more than running backs. And you already know offensive linemen and defensive linemen are getting paid more than running backs. So truth be told, they need to find a system where the running back, if you're not willing to keep that guy, he can go to another team. You know, I know they try to do this franchise tag thing, but I think you need to throw that franchise tag away, because it hurts running backs, especially if they're not going to be able to get paid and they're being devalued like what it is. But I think that the truth about the whole matter is that the quarterbacks are making way too much money. The quarterbacks are making a lot of money. Even the kickers are getting paid more than running backs. And you're talking about elite running backs. You're talking about Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley and guys like Derrick Henry. And then you know that eventually Jonathan Taylor is going to be looking to get a new deal. These guys can't get paid for their hard work, especially if these guys played 17 games, rushed over 1,000 yards, was effective in the pass game as well, was a great blocker, and just did everything that you're supposed to do as a running back. Because there's only 3 things that a running back is supposed to do in the National Football League or in high school or in college as well. And that's run, block, and be able to catch out of the backfield. If you can do those things right there, that will make you a premier running back and an elite running back in the NFL. Now, Barkley and Jacobs both are playing, pretty much will be playing under the franchise tag if they decide to come back for the season. Now, Joe Mixon, right before this happened, Joe Mixon has been with the Cincinnati Bengals for a long time, and he got more yards than these guys do. He got more yards than Barkley, and he has more yards than Jacobs. I think Joe Mixon has over 7,000-something yards, and he's been with the Cincinnati Bengals for a long time. And the Cincinnati Bengals restructured his deal. Joe Mixon was set to make $9.4 million, I believe, this season, and now they cut him down to pretty much $6 million, but he'll get $8 million in incentives. So he'll be able to get $8 million with the incentives on the contract, but they cut him down to 6 from 9 just to keep him a part of the team. And I know that the Giants messed up big time. Instead of giving Daniel Jones the deal, they should have gave the deal to Saquon Barkley. Everybody knows that Saquon Barkley is the face of the New York Giants. If you ask anybody about the New York Giants, and they're going to tell you Saquon Barkley is the face of the New York, not Daniel Jones, not a mediocre quarterback. Daniel Jones is a mediocre quarterback. He only threw 15 touchdown passes. and this dude gets rewarded with a 40 million, almost a 40 million annual per season contract. That's insane. That's insane. And I just got to call a spade, man. No way Saquon Barkley should not have been the guy that they signed first. Saquon, I know that they devalue these guys because they get injured, they get hurt a lot, and things of that nature. But Christian McCaffrey got hurt too, guys, and he still got his money. And I think Christian McCaffrey makes what, $16 million a season almost. He got his money. I think his deal was like $64 million or something like that. So you mean to tell me the rest of these elite running backs that have been balling, like Saquon and Jacobs, and even guys like Derrick Henry, they don't deserve to get paid? You know, I know Jonathan Taylor was hurt too as well. These guys get hurt, they get banged up. I understand that. It's part of the game. But for the kicker to be making more money than you, it just doesn't make any sense, man. When the running back is needed. If you don't have a run game, man, especially when it comes to the postseason, your team probably is not going to really do anything. You're going to be a one-dimensional team. Run game is very important. Running backs are important. And I don't know why the NFL are devaluing these guys. These guys need to get their money, man. Saquon Barkley, no way that he should not. The reason why you come to see the Giants on Sunday, even if I'm not a Giants fan, and my team is currently playing against the Giants, I want to see Saquon Barkley. I didn't come to see Daniel Jones, and I'm just keeping it in a buck. I did not come to see Daniel Jones. I came to see somebody that's going to go out there and ball and give it his all. Now Daniel Jones being part of the team, yes, I'm going to see him. But at the same time, I think that the Giants just messed up big time. I think that they should have gave the franchise tag to Daniel Jones. And the reason why I say this is because they pretty much, before he got his deal, Daniel Jones, the Giants didn't want to pick up his option, his fifth-year option. So I guess they decided, he took us to the postseason, so we're going to go ahead and pay him. So they end up paying this guy the huge contract, and you leave the guy out that really deserves the contract. Saquon Barkley worked his butt off in rehab. He was hurt for one season, worked his butt off, got back out there on the football field, and was able to do his thing. And rushed over 1,000 yards, had over 1,600 yards all-purpose, and this guy can't get paid. Josh Jacobs led the NFL in rushing with over 1,600 yards rushing. He can't get paid from the Raiders. But both of these guys did not sign a tag yet. And it's a possibility that both of these guys can miss the whole entire season. If I'm them, I don't miss the season, man. You don't want the same results that Le'Veon Bell had. You go ahead and play on the tag, get your money, and try to negotiate a deal to get something done next season. You don't want to miss the whole season like Le'Veon Bell did, because Le'Veon Bell should have never left the Pittsburgh Steelers. He should have always been a Pittsburgh Steeler because he was good with those guys. But to me, I just think that the NFL needs to do away with franchise tags for running backs. Running backs are being devalued, and these guys are heavily needed. If you got a great run game and you got a balanced attack with the run game and the pass game, your team can be very effective. It's nothing like having a good running back to take the pressure off a quarterback that's not playing well. If your quarterback is not playing well on Sundays and your running back goes out and rushes for 150 with 2 touchdowns or rushes for 200 yards on the ground and has 3 scores or whatever it may be, he may catch a pass out of the backfield and take it to the house, whatever it is. If the running back is out there balling, these guys need to be rewarded, man. Shame on the NFL, man, for not rewarding these elite running backs that's giving it their all. These guys deserve to be paid, and it only makes it look worse for the next group of elite running backs that's coming up behind Saquon Barkley, guys like Jonathan Taylor. It only makes the matter worse. So hopefully this conundrum will be fixed by the NFL. They'll find a way to pay these guys, man. And definitely, man, I don't want to see Saquon Barkley miss a whole entire year just because they won't pay him. I think that Barkley needs to play on a franchise tag. suck it up and just go out there, get your money for this season, and then eventually try to renegotiate your contract, him and Jacobs. So, all right, guys, leave it in the comment section what you think the New York Giants need to do with Barkley.